Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Practice in numericals, anything based on what we discussed in earlier classes? So far, anyone having any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
So, what are the thing today topic? It's already we done in earlier sessions. Just a minute. Wait for change of host. Give me a minute. We'll start the class. Good evening, everyone. Will you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Sharing the worksheet. 20 seconds. I'm sure in the worksheet. Yeah, I will check. Harita, right now I don't have the worksheet what you're using. Can you send me in WhatsApp or shall we discuss these numericals in next class?
What do you say?
This 19th and 22nd you're asking me.
Yes, sir. That is like algebra.
Yeah. Can I do in the next class?
Okay, sir.
Sir, in the worksheet, I left 19th and 22nd questions, sir.
That is only she is also asking 19
Yes,
and
sir,
22nd question. Right now I don't have the worksheet. I will let you know. Give me this class time. Next
Okay,
class
sir.
we will discuss what are the doubts you are having in that worksheet.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. See here, the last topic of this chapter is revisiting rational numbers and their decimal expansion. Revisiting rational numbers and their decimal expansions. I think everybody knows how to do this decimal expansion. Am I right? How many people know what is the meaning of decimal expansions?
Decimal form of a given fraction.
Correct. Suppose if I am asking you to convert into decimal expansion 375 by 1000, or this can be written as 0.375 or 375 by 10 cube. Correct?
Sir.
Yes, sir.
What about 104 by 1000? What is its decimal expansion?
0.10.
104. That means if I am giving a decimal, suppose if there is a number like this is nothing but 14 by 1000, and this can be written in the form of p by q, because this is 7 by 500, the least form of p by q. So even these decimal expansions also can be called as rational numbers. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But is it all decimal numbers are rational numbers? There are some decimal numbers. Suppose if I am taking 10 by 7, is it possible to express this one into decimal form? We need to take some considerations here. What are the considerations I have to take here? That we'll discuss in physics later, but as of now, just I'm saying. If I'm taking 10 by 7, what will happen? If I'm taking 10 by 7, what will happen? What will happen? 0.142,857, again 142,857. Let's see how it will come. If I'm taking with the 10.
Sir, it is 1.42, no, sir.
Yeah, sorry. It's 1 by 7 I am taking. Then I don't want to change everything. This 1 by 7 I am taking. Now it is fine.
Yes, sir.
I am taking 1. 1.0, 0.7, 30, 7 ones, 7 fours, 28, 20, 7 twos, 14, 60, 7 eights, 56, 40, and 7 fives, 35, and again you will get 50, 7 sevens, 4 9, again 1. See what is, again 1 means what? It is repeating from here again, correct? Again 1 0, 7, again 3 0, see here, it is repeating again. So this is endless. This number will recur again and again, correct? This fraction is called recurring and non-terminating, correct? Recurring and non-terminating, am I right?
Yes, sir.
How to deal these kind of questions? How to deal these kind of questions? We'll see now. There are certain theorems which we are going to discuss about the fractions. See, if you understood, any fraction can be written in the form of what? Suppose if I am taking 0.375, or if I am taking 0.104, or if I am taking 0.0875, or if I am taking 22.0508. What is the common observations we can see from here? What is the very common observations we can see here? Anything can be written as, the denominator is 10 power 3 here, 1 not 4 by 10 power 3 here. This is 875 by 10 power 4 here, and this is 2 lakhs 20,000 by 10 power 4. If I am converting the denominator into prime factors, this can be written as 2 power 3 into 5 power 3. This is 104 into 2 power 3 into 5 power 3. 875 into 2 power 3, 2 power 2 into 5 power 2. 2 lakh to 20,000. Sorry guys. 2,20,508. 2,20,508 divided by 10 power 4. 10 power 4 means 2 power 4 into 5 power 4. Got it? What is the common thing in this? All the decimals. Any decimals you can take. I can write any decimal is in this format. What is the common format in this?
Sir, the common factors of the denominator will be 2 and 5, sir.
2 and 5 and its powers. It's some powers. How I can convert this common condition as a statement? Anyone can frame a statement using this? Anyone can frame the statement?
Sir, if in the place of Q, the prime factors of Q have to be 2 or 5, or combination of 2 and 5.
Yeah. First of all these decimals are terminating or non-terminating?
Terminating.
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 So I can start like this. Theorem 1.5 from your textbook. Let x be a rational number. Let x be a rational number whose decimal expansion terminates. Then x can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes. Where P and Q are co-primes. What is the meaning of co-primes?
So what is co-prime, sir?
Sorry?
So what is co-prime, sir?
So I'm asking, man, what is the meaning of co-primes? That is a question asked by me. Huh?
So consecutive prime numbers, for example, 3, 5.
Yeah, consecutive prime numbers where P and Q are co-prime, and the prime factorization of Q is what?
Or 5, or a
Q
combination
is of the form 2 power n 5 power m, where n m are non-negative integers. Where n comma m are non-negative integers. What is the meaning of co-primes, guys? Anyone can give a little bit more explanation with the co-primes?
numbers which have only 1 as their common factor.
A number?
Sir, a pair of numbers which have only 1 as a common factor.
Super. A pair of number which is only as one of the common factor. Can you give some set of co-primes?
Sir, 3, 5,
3, 5. Next.
5, 7, 2, 5.
Next. Co-prime. Some examples.
Sir, 2 and 3.
Definition is, guys, who don't have,
Sir,
definition
a set
is
of numbers which
a
have
set of
only
numbers.
one as the, a set of numbers which have only one as their common factor.
One as a common factor. So I can say 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 5, 7, 8.
Sir, but 8 is not prime, right?
It's not mandatory. It should be prime, no? Who said it is mandatory? It should be prime.
Sir, but it is given 4 primes now.
Sir, I don't
Primes.
know what is 4 primes. Sir.
Co-primes means you have to select two numbers in such a way the common factor should be only 1.
So the common factor should be 1, sir.
22 and 21.
But 1 is the common factor.
54 and 67.
1 is the common
34 and 79.
factor. I think 1 is the factor.
10, 11.
1, sir.
Don't confuse both the numbers are primes.
Okay, sir.
Don't confuse both the numbers are and primes. Like even both numbers are non-primes also. 99, 100. Got it? What is the meaning of co-primes? Can you give the definition of co-primes?
A set of numbers at the highest factor, so where the common factor is 1.
Superb. Little bit technically how they explain co-prime definitions. Two integers A and B. Two integers A and B co-prime. The another name of co-primes are co-prime, or another name is relatively prime, or mutually prime. Any statement, any word can exist to say co-primes, mutually prime. If the only positive integer that evenly divides both of them is 1, the only positive integer evenly divides both of them is 1. When you got this definition, guys, might be in a different way. What he said, the common factor should be 1. Then those set of numbers is called co-primes. That means one number can't be divided with another number. Am I right? If I am taking 4, 9, 4 can't be divided with 9, 9 can't be divided with 4. I can take 8, 9. 8 can't be divided with 9, 9 can't be divided with 8. These set of numbers are called co-primes. Got it? What is the exact meaning of co-primes? What is the hidden meaning in this? It is not prime numbers. It need not to be prime numbers, but relatively prime. Relatively prime means 4 is not a factor of 9 and 9 is not a factor of 4. The common factor between 4 and 9 is only 1. 4 can't be divided, not common factor, sorry guys. It can be divided, both can be divided with only 1.
Sir, can we say that consecutive numbers are also co-prime?
How we can say consecutive numbers are co-primes? Super. One of the best example is any two consecutive numbers are always co-primes. Now, 32, 62. Co-primes or not co-primes?
No, sir.
So they are
Not group,
co-primes, sir.
non co-primes, sir.
How you can say? Can you give how 32 can be divided with 62?
So,
Or 62 can be divided with
There
32?
is a factor.
Sir,
sir,
both can be divided by 2, sir.
so they
It's
can
not-
be divided by 2, sir.
Mhm.
So they have 1 and 2, sir.
One
For
and two.
co-primes only, 1 should be the factor, sir.
Mhm. So highest common factor is other than not 1, correct? Like the technically I can say like this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If your HCF is other than 1, then I can say it is not co-primes, technically. If HCF is other than 1, those set of numbers are not co-primes. Little confusion sometimes. Don't confuse. There are the set of number in such a way the common factor should be, the highest common factor should be is only 1. Those set of numbers are called co-primes. Shall I go back to the discussion, guys?
Sir.
What is this theorem says? This theorem says, suppose if I am taking two numbers in such a way in the form of p by q and it is a rational number, I am going back to the old examples. Suppose if I am taking 3 by 8. 3 by 8 is co-primes or not co-primes?
But they are co-primes.
Co-primes.
Co-primes. So if it is co-primes, why they mention clearly co-primes means if 3 and 8 are co-primes, the least form of rational number is 3 by 8 only. That means you can't reduce further, correct? Correct or not? Suppose if I am having
Yes,
5
sir.
by 10, it will be 1 by 2. If I am having 15 by 20, it is not least form. 15, 20 is not co-primes, but this 3 by 4 are the co-primes. So after 3 by 4, I can't reduce further. That's the reason he started the definition with co-primes.
So can we say that standard form of fractions are always co-primes?
Yeah, the least simplified form of a fraction is always a co-prime. Yes, you can say. Correct or not? This is the least form. Further, you can't reduce. Correct? So, what is the value of this one? If I am dividing 3 with 8, what I will get? 0.375. Correct? Take it. 3 with the 8, I am doing 0.0. 8 3 just 24. 60. 8 7 just 56. 40. 8 5 just 40 and terminated 0.375. This can be written as 375 by 1000. So again this can be written as 375 by 2 power 3 into 5 power 3, or from here itself this can be written as 3 by 2 power 3. See here, if this is a set of co-primes and this decimal fraction is a terminating, this can be written as in the form of p by q, where q is a prime factors of only 2 and 5. See here, from here I can write this one. Here I can't say 2 375 and 5 cube can be cancelled together, but finally I will get 3 by 2 power 3. Here I am taking this fraction. I am checking whether this fraction is terminating or non-terminating. So this fraction is 0.375 and it is a terminating fraction, correct? The decimal expansion is terminating, first of all.
Yes, sir.
So if it is decimal expansion is terminating, how I can represent this decimal expansion? It can be represented in the form of p by q, where p comma q are co-primes and where q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. Clear? Now, any number you can write like this. That is what he is trying to say. Any terminating decimal expansion you can able to write. That is only this theorem says.
Okay, sir.
I'm taking one more example. Can you try whether you can able to write or not? I'm taking 13 by 125. 13 by 125. This can be written as 13 by 5 cube or 13 by 125 decimal fraction is how much? 13 by 125 decimal fraction is how much? By 120. Sorry?
0.104.
0.104. So this can be written as 104 by how much? 1000. 104 divided by 2 power 3 into 5 power 3. So 104, how to write the 104? 13 into 2 into 2 into 2, because 8 into 13 is 104. Divided by 2 cube into 5 cube. So 2 cube, this 2 cube cancel. This is finally I am getting 13 by 5 cube. See, this is the decimal expansion, and this decimal expansion, the least form is always in the form of p by q, where 13 comma 5 is our co-primes, and q is in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where m comma n are any positive integer. What is the meaning of this theorem? Any doubt or any confusion? Got it, guys? What I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
7 by 80. What is the least form of 7 by 80? 7 by 80 least form is 7 by 80 only, no?
Yes, sir.
I can't reduce further, correct? It is already in the p by q form. But if I am taking 7 with 80, what I will get? 0.0. Again, one more 0, 0. How much I will get? 8 times 640. How much I will get?
0.875, sir.
0, 7, 560, 400, 5, 400. So it is terminating. If it is terminating, this can be written as p by q, where p comma q are co-primes, and q can be written as 2 power m n into 5 power m. Let's see whether I can able to write or not. This can be written as 875 by 2 power 4 into 5 power 4. So what I will get at the end? What is the least form I will get? What is the least form I will get from here? 875, how I can write? 5 into how many times? 5 into 5 into 5 into 7 divided by 2 power 4 into 5 power 4. Am I right?
7 by 2 to the power 4 into 5.
Finally, this can be written as 7 by 2 power 4 into 5 power 1. See here 7, 2 or 7, 5 are co-primes or not?
Yes, sir.
So finally, you are writing it is in the form of p by q, and where q is a factors of 2 and 5 with some powers, positive integers, and the p and q are always
Co-prime.
co-primes. That's what this theorem says. So any terminating decimal expansion you can able to written in the form of p by 2 power n into q power 5 power n, where p is a co-prime of 2 pi 5. 2, 5. I can go for next theorem based on this. One more theorem.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, opposite to this. Suppose why we done this, sir? The previous theorem is what we are trying to say. Converse of the previous theorem is main thing. Let x is equal to p by q. If there is any fraction like this in such a way, be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q, the prime factorization of q of the form 2 power n into 5 power m, where n comma m are non-positive, non-negative integers, or you can say positive integers. Non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion. X has a decimal expansion. X has a decimal expansion which terminates. Understood the statement? What I am trying to say? Suppose if it is 1 by 7, without dividing, how I can say it is non-terminating? Whether it is recurred or not recurred, that doesn't matter. How I can say it is not terminated? 7 is not a prime factor of 2 power n into 5 power n. Then I can say very clearly 1 by 7 is what?
Non-terminating decimal.
Yes, this theorem says 1 by 7 is non-terminating decimal expansion. Is it clear what is the purpose of the first theorem? Why we are discussing the first theorem a little bit more time? Clear?
Clear, sir.
Now, you have to be a little bit clear. Sometimes it looks non-terminating, but it's terminating. Sometimes it looks terminating, but it is not terminating. You have to clearly check whether it can be, the denominator can be written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power n. Then we can say very clearly it is not terminating.
Sir, can you explain this once more, sir?
See, if any number is in this form, let x be the p by q form,
Yes, sir.
and it is a rational number such that the prime factorization of q can be written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where n comma m are positive integers, then x has a decimal expansion which terminates.
Okay, sir.
That means if the denominator of a rational number can be written in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, that decimal expansion is terminating decimal expansion.
Okay, sir.
1 by 8. 1 by 8 is terminating or non terminating without division. How you can say? Without long division? Without long division, how we can say?
So we have to check whether it is a factor of, whether its factors are 2 and 5, sir.
Simple. If I am taking 1 by 8, 1 by 8 can be written as 1 by 2 power 3. So it is the denominator is a prime factorization of 2 power n, and where n is equal to 3. So it is a terminating. What about 1 by 6? The decimal expansion is terminating or non terminating? 1 by 6. What is the theorem says?
Terminating, sir.
Check, madam. What is the theorem says? What is the theorem says?
Sir, the prime factor should be 2 and 5, sir.
But 6 is what?
2 and 3.
2 and 3, sir.
Then how we can say it is terminating? Is it terminating?
No, sir.
No, sir.
So what is the number? 0.1666, where 6 is recurring, non-terminating and recurring. Correct?
Yes, sir.
No. Second is just a minute. Based on this, one more theorem we are going to discuss. This is theorem number 1.7. All three theorems are correlated a little bit each other if you understood properly. Let x is equal to p by q, where p comma q are co-primes be a rational number such that the prime factorization of q is not in the form of the prime factorization of q is not in the form of 2 power n into 5 power m, where where n comma m are non-negative integers. Then x has a decimal expansion. What I will get? Guys, a decimal expansion which is non-terminating and recurring and repeating.
Non-terminating and recurring.
If it is not repeating, that is irrational number. Non-terminating, non-recurring is called irrational numbers. That is only the value of pi. The approximate value of pi is 22/7. Now, is it clear? See, first we started with an example how we can write 104/1000 or some numbers we taken and we prepared a statement. From that statement, oppositely, if I am discussing if p by q, where q is a prime factorization of 2 power n and 5 power m, it is terminating. And if q is not a prime factorization of 2 power n and 5 power m, and p comma q are co-primes, it's a non-terminating and non-recurring. So, how to check a rational number is a decimal expansion of terminating or non-terminating without long division? These theorems are helping for us. Correct? Do you agree with me? Correct or not? Guys, is it right or wrong?
So can you repeat again, sir?
What I'm trying to say is, without long division, how to say whether a rational number decimal expansion is terminating or non-terminating.
Okay, sir.
If the denominator number is prime factorization of 2 power n into 5 power m, then it is terminating. If it is not,
It is not terminated.
Non-terminating, sir.
Shall we go for some examples based on this discussion?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
By seeing with general calculations, you can able to tell. I'm pasting the questions. It will be easy to explain these questions. Generally, these questions will be asked in major in competitive exams and Olympiads related to this system. This is called number theory. The question is, without actual performing the long division, state whether the following rational numbers will have a terminating decimal expansion or a non-terminating decimal expansion. How we can say first question? What is the first question? The first question is 13 by 3125. What is the prime factors of 3125? Guys, 3125 prime factorization. Yes, Anna. Is expecting some answers from you.
Sir, 5 to the power 5.
5 to the power 5. 125 into 25. 125, 25 to 50.
Yes, sir. 5 to the power
13, yeah, 5 power 5. So 13 by 3125 can be written as 13 by 5 power 5. So I can say what is this kind of number? What is this number?
5.
Terminating.
So it's a terminating number.
It's a terminating. What about second one? Terminating. How? 17 by 8 can be written as 17 by 2 power 3. What about next one? 64 by 455. Sorry? $64 by 7 into 13 into 5. Is it my prime factorization is correct? Is my prime factorization is correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it's correct, sir.
So whether it is terminating or non-terminating?
Sir, it's non-terminating.
Non-terminating.
How we can say it's not terminating?
Sir, because 2 to the power n and 5 to the power m are not factors of this. Sir.
Sorry, repeat again.
So 7 into 13 into 5 is not is not 2 to the power n into 5 to the power m, sir. It has different. It's not a factor of that, sir. So it's a non-terminating, sir.
Non-terminating. How many will accept it is non-terminating? See here, there is it's a clearly co-primes because 64, 7, 13, 5. It's a co-primes only, but it is not in the form of. It's not in the form of.
2n to the power n into 5 to the power m.
Correct. Next one, 15 by 1600. 15 by 1600, it can be written as 15 by 4 into 100. This will be 15 by 2 power 4 into 10 power 2. Again, this can be written as 15 by 2 power 6 into 5 power 2. Correct? Am I right or wrong? So it's a terminating. Is it terminating?
Yes, sir.
What about next one?
Non-terminating, sir.
How we can see it is not non-terminating? 29 by 343.
Sir, because it does not have
29 by
2
7
and
cube.
5 as their factors, sir.
So it is not in the form of 7 cube is not in the form of
2 power n into 5
2 to
to
the
5
power
power
n
n.
into 5 to the power n.
correct 2 power n into 5 power n where n comma m are non-negative integers. So it is a
Non-terminating.
terminating repeating decimal expansion. I can say like this non-terminating repeating. Just say whether they are asking whether it is terminating or non-terminating. Non-terminating repeating decimal. That's it. What about next one? Eighth one directly you can say. Sixth one
Terminating, sir.
terminating. Seventh one.
Terminating.
Seventh one.
Non-terminating.
Seventh one is non-terminating. Eighth one.
Terminate.
Non-terminating.
How? This is the key here. 6 by 15. 6, 15 are not co-primes. So this can be 3 by 5. Now we can able to proceed this question.
Terminating, sir.
2 by 5. 2 by 5. 2 by 5. This is 2 by 5 power 1. So it is a terminating. It's very terminating. 35 by 50. 35 by 50.
Terminating.
5 sevens, 5 tens, 7 by 10. This can be written as 7 by 2 into 5. So terminating. Next one. 77 by 210. 7 11s, 7 30s. 11 by 30. So 11 by 3 into 2 into 5. So non-terminating because why non-terminating? Why non-terminating?
Sir, because
Sir,
Q
because
is not
3
in the
is
form
also a
of
factor
Yeah,
of
super,
30,
super,
sir.
super, super. Correct. Now, what is the next question? Easy or tough? Simple only, no?
Easy,
So
sir.
write down the decimal expansion of the row rational numbers in question number 1. He is asking the decimal expansion. How to do this question? The same question you have to take. He is asking us to do the decimal expansions. Decimal expansion of 13 by 3125 without long division. How to do? This can be written as 13 by how much? 5 power 5, correct? 5 power 5 or correct or not?
Yes, sir.
This will
Yes,
be
sir.
multiplied with 2 power 5 into 2 power 5. What I will get by multiplying 2 power 5 into 2 power 5? By multiplying with 2 power 5 into 2 power 5, what I will get? So 2 power 5 is how much?
32.
So 32 into 13 by 10 power 5. So what is the value of 32 into 13? 16 by correct. So this will be 0.00416 without long division. What is the purpose of those theorems now?
Yes, sir.
I converted the denominator because it clearly says the first one is clearly says it's a terminating. We already proved in the question. So if it is terminating, I am trying to convert into multiples of 2 and 5 factorization. What other things are missing to make it 10 powers that I am multiplying both numerator and denominator and I am dividing. I am taking the decimal expansion. So I am taking the second question. Second question is terminating or non-terminating? We proved already second is terminating only, no?
Terminating,
Sir.
sir.
So
Terminate.
17 by 8, 17 by 8 can be written as 17 by 2 cube. So 5 cube by 5 cube I am writing. So 17 into 125 divided by 10 cube. So 17 into 125, how much? 2125 divided by 1000. The answer is how much? 2.125. See, or you can do long division. You have to do long division. Other than this, whatever the method we are having, we have to do long division method. If you are able to identify whether it is a terminating or non-terminating without long division method, that means I can able to write the denominator is in the form of multiples of primes of 2 and 5 with some powers. Using these theorems, combination of all the statements together I am applying here. It is not only particular theorem I am saying here. Is it clear, guys, what I am saying? Now I understood. See, while you are learning, there will be light confusion what we are going to learn. But when you are solving the application only, you get one clear idea what the theorem says. Am I right, guys? Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
third one is non-terminating. So that we are not going to touch. He's asking which is terminating, those only you expand in decimal expansion. 15 by 1600. This can be written as 15 by 1600. How much? 2 power
2
6
power 6
into
into 5 power 2.
5 power 2. So how we will do this question? And 15 into
Sir, we should
5
multiply
power
5
4
power
by
3, no, sir?
5 power 3 no, or 5 power 4.
Oh, sorry, sir. 4, sir. 4, sir.
So 5 power 6. So this will be 15 into 5 power 4 is how much? 625 divided by 2 5 is 10, 10 power 6. 15 into 625, how much? 9375. 10 power 6. So the answer is 0.009375. Check. If you are having any doubt, please check. Please verify and let me know whether it is right or wrong.
Correct, sir.
Next one. What is the next terminating question? Because 29 by 343 is non-terminating, huh? No.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sixth one,
It's
sir.
Sixth one. Sixth one straight away they gave. 23 by
So we have to
2
multiply
power
5,
3
sir.
into 5 power 2 into 5 by 5. This will be 115. 115 by 2 power 10 power 3. This is 115 by 1000. So the answer is 0.115. Got it? Eighth one and ninth one is remaining. Guys, I am moving to the next one. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Eighth one. Eighth one. 6 by 15. 6 by 15. How to do?
Sir, we have to multiply 2, sir.
2 by
So-
5. 2 by 5 into 2 by 2. 4 by 10. Answer is 0.4.
0.4.
Ninth one. The last question of this. 35 by 50. 7 by 10. 0.7.
0.7.
And go for the next question, guys. Is it clear, guys, what I am doing?
Yes, sir.
Method.
Yes,
Each and
sir.
every time the denominator should be multiples of 10 only. That is, then only it can able to terminate. Other than it won't terminate. That is what he is trying to say. Why I will tell you. Between 1 to 10, you take any number. 1 by 2. Next prime is 1 by 3. Next prime is 1 by 5. Next prime is 1 by 7. Out of all this 1 by 11, what primes will terminate? Only 1 by 2 and 1 by 5, correct?
Yes, sir.
That's the reason this theorem can be developed using this concept. Yes, there are only 2 prime numbers which can able to terminate after dividing any number. Other than these 2 primes, no other primes can be divisible with any kind of number. That's what these primes. Not always. When it comes to decimal expansion, and it should be co-primes. If it is not co-primes, suppose if I am taking 77 by 11, it is 7. Even though the denominator is not multiples of 2, 4, 5, and 5, it's a terminating, but 77 and 11 are not co-primes. That's the reason we added a clause should be co-primes. Then only you will get a decimal expansion whether it is a terminating or non terminating. 77 by 11 is not a least form. That is also one more way of understanding the thing. How to do third question? Who is going to explain third question? What is the given question first? Read the question and explain. Anyone who will explain? Guys, who will take the initiation to explain the third question? In your own way. Don't try to explain like impress something. Whatever the thing it strikes in your mind, you explain. Vaishnavi, Amrita, who will try? Harita,
Yes.
will you try?
Yes.
Yes, anyone. First explain the question, what is asking.
Yes, sir. The following real numbers have decimal expansions as given below. In each case, decide whether they are rational or not. If they are rational and of the form P by Q, what can you say about the factor of Q?
Yeah.
So first we have to prove that a number, or like we have to guess whether a number is rational or not. The given
How we can say a decimal expansion is rational or irrational? On what basis you are saying a decimal expansion is rational or
So
irrational?
if it is obtaining a form of P by Q, a standard form.
Or see here they can't, this is terminating, this is non-terminating, this is non-terminating. Any number which is in the form of non-terminating, those numbers are, see, this is non-terminating and non-recurring, but this is non-terminating and recurring, correct?
Yes, sir.
So first number is terminating. So now tell me. So any terminating number can be written in the form of P by Q. That is what the theorem says, correct?
Yes, sir.
43.123, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 can be written as 43.123, 4, 5, 6, 7, 89 divided by 10 power 9. 10 power 9. So this is 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 divided by 2 power 9 into 10 power 9.
So 5
This is,
power 9.
sorry,
So
sorry,
5 or
guys. 5 power 9. Then what about how to conclude the answer? Second question. Why it is not rational?
So because it is a non-terminating.
Sir, because it is a non-terminating.
Non-terminating,
It's non-terminating.
Non-recurring decimal.
non-recurring. Super. Non-repeating. What about third question?
No, non-terminal and repeating decimal, sir.
Non-terminating and repeating. If it is non-terminating and repeating, non-terminating and repeating, when it is possible? If you see 1 by 7, it is non-terminating, but it is a rational number. P by Q, non-terminating and repeating, if it is possible, the number is a rational number and denominator is not factors of 2 power n and 5 power n. Then only it can be possible. That's what one more theorem says. Am I right, guys? Anything confusion? The third question, why it is rational
Sir, can you
numbers?
explain the third question again, sir?
See, the third question, what the theorem says, if the theorem says, if the P by Q form, where P comma Q are co-primes, but Q is not if Q is not 2 power n and 5 power n, even though it is rational number, but it is not terminating, but it is repeating, non-terminating and repeating. Theorem number 3, 1.7 it seems. So here, the question is given in the form of non-terminating but repeating. Non-terminating and repeating is also a rational number, but the denominator is not multiples of 2 and 5 powers. Got it what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So other than 2 and 5, if any rational number is occurring, that is non-terminating and repeating. If the non-terminating and non-repeating, it's not rational number. Non-terminating and non-repeating, it's not at all rational number. Got it? The rational number is in the two forms.
Yes, sir.
One is P by Q, where P comma Q are co-primes, and Q can be written as 2 power 5 and 5 power 2 power n into 5 power m. Then it is terminating. If the denominator is other than 2 power 5, 2 power n and 5 power m, then it is non-terminating
Non-terminating.
and repeating, even though it is a rational number. Got it what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Because of non-terminating, you should not decide. We can't decide. It is irrational. When you can decide a number is irrational? A number is irrational only non-terminating, non-repeating. If it is terminating, it's a rational number. If it is non-terminating and repeating, it's a rational number, like 1 by 7, 1 by 6. 1 by 7 is a rational number, but it is not terminating but repeating. Got it? What I'm trying to say, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So, if any decimal expansion is in such a way, non-terminating and non-repeating, it is not a rational number. The meaning of that is, it is not possible to write in the form of P by Q. Then it is called irrational number. Got it? What is the difference between rational and irrational?
Yes,
How
sir.
we can say? So, shall I wind up that session? With this session, we are done with first chapter. Next class, with the doubts, at least we'll see whether full class or half of the session we'll do with some questions. If not, we'll move to the next lesson immediately. Okay?
What is the next chapter?
Okay, sir.
Excellent. What is the topic? What is the next chapter? What is the next chapter, ma'am?
Polynomials, sir.
That's it. Polynomials. It's a textbook order. I'm not going to skip the order. That is what the academic guidelines is. We have to follow the textbook order.
Sir, in my school, they started from statistics. That is why I asked, sir.
No. There is a discussion happening between the parents and management of the academy. According to their discussion, we have to follow the textbook order. Got it? Any
Yes.
concerns?
Okay,
you can
sir.
impose the order, sir. Not a problem. Okay, that is the instruction I got. So I can't change certain instructions. Teaching point, any doubts or any sessions you want, I am ready to explain and I am able to cover it. But certain things we have to follow commonly for everyone because we can't follow particular school. Okay, shall I end up the session, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Bye.
sir.
We'll meet in the next class. Bye, everyone.
Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.